Unbelievable. Let's just say I just uploaded my Marathon 100% cooked, and now what have we here? Marathon has just increased. It hasn't been like what, 24 hours? I think it's better be already 24 hours. I'm probably betting that by the time this video is uploaded, there's gonna be more of it. I already heard their director make a comment that if you want PvE, this game, Marathon, is not for you. This is a reaction from Vera Dark, and according to her, Marathon will not have voice chat because it's way too toxic, and they want to create a safe space. Whoever suggests that, I'm gonna have to assume whoever at Marathon suggests this or implement this couldn't even survive a Call of Duty lobby. Hell, I wouldn't survive it.
Now, I've been playing video games for my whole entire life, and I have always loved multiplayer games. I love to be able to go into a lobby of Call of Duty. I love to be able to banter with people. I enjoy going into a extraction shooter and prox chatting, making my opponent very anxious, making them feel like I'm all around them, so then they end up screwing up, whether it's their placement or they, abandon some kind of loot. Like, these are important parts of multiplayer games, but according to the people behind Marathon, that would be too toxic, and that is exactly why this upcoming game won't feature this.
Okay, before we let her continue, how come I don't see anybody complaining about the Call of Duty lobbies? Here, let me take for example Noisy Butters, a creator who mainly covers Call of Duty. She's not even bothered. Tell me something, to all my viewers who are watching this. Have you ever been in a Call of Duty lobby? If so, were you offended or were it too toxic? What was your response? Answer all those in the comments.
This game has already been raked across the coals by gamers. There are some people who say it looks pretty good, they're excited for it, but there are a lot of people who are disappointed that it's an extraction shooter. Some people don't think the environments look good. In my opinion, it looks like another really just mediocre game. It doesn't look like they put a lot of time and effort into it. It doesn't have the same feel as the 1994 Marathon game, at least in my opinion. I mean, just judging by some of the scenery here, if we compare it, I mean, it's really a night and day difference. I do not think that the new game is going to be a smashing success, especially when you take into consideration that it's akin to Concord, where it's not a free-to-play game, it is a buy-in title. You have to pay $40 to actually access it, and we saw how poorly that went.
Yeah, that's true. We saw it. Concord failed, like what, less than 2 weeks, and then the studio shut down, kaput, finito, and what would happen after that? $400 million. The first Descendant can beat this. Although then again, this is Bungie we're looking at. Yeah, they might not have similar numbers to Concord, but at least it's close enough.
In Firewalk Studios, but now we have this situation on our hands, which makes me even less excited. It says, we've all had that moment when our eyes are open to the hijinks made possible by prox chat. For me, it was the night some guy in DayZ drove a truck through the town I was looting while screaming at the top of his lungs, the volume gradually rising and falling as he disappeared over the horizon. Ever since that formative belly laugh, it's been a treat to watch the once niche feature make jumps to battle royales and most recently extraction shooters. I wouldn't ever say that voice chat was a niche. Proximity chat is a modern tool for our modern times, but it has a downside. As long as someone's standing close enough, you're at the mercy of whatever they have to say, whether it's friendly or downright awful, until you mute them. Oh no, you actually have to use a feature that the game provides to you. If a game has a mute feature and you want to use it, go for it, but to take away the experience from everybody across the board because somebody doesn't want to use the mute feature is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is quite ridiculous. Seriously, whoever wrote this article, they couldn't even survive a lobby. I have to assume that way. I mean, seriously, this person, I believe the writer's name of that article is Morgan Park, and no, I'm not giving that reporter or that article some clicks, okay? I'm giving their dark clicks, but not the journalists, okay? They can go to hell. Regardless whether it's free to play or even premium price, you have to make sure that the game that you're promoting can convince players to play your game. Well, Concord failed that thing. Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League failed to do so.
Is ridiculous. But apparently that recipe for toxicity was potent enough for Bungie to decide that prox chat wouldn't make the cut in its upcoming extraction shooter Marathon. Now, this is a game that I was I guess initially interested in. I wouldn't say that I was ever super hyped for it, but I'm willing to try basically any game, even if I think it is going to be terrible, like Concord. I put a bunch of hours into that game. I gave it a shot for the, what, 11 or 12 days that it was actually alive, and it was really, really terrible. And I'll give this a shot too, but I just think that everything we're hearing so far does not sound good. When it comes to prox chat, I don't think we're against the experience of it, to be fair, the game director told PC Gamer. Clearly you are against it, or you would allow it to be in your game. I think the challenge is to make sure we're creating a safe environment for players inside of that space. The point of having voice chat is for people to interact with each other and to banter. And sure, there are always going to be people who are going to push the limits and say something that might bother your delicate sensibilities, but you can mute them, you can block them, you can ignore them. That's not in every single lobby, and that's part of the fun for some people. Unfortunately, though, if you are a sensitive snowflake, you ultimately got your way because they're not even going to feature this.
Yeah, you know what, for me, when it comes to that, I barely even use the voice chat. I just focus on the game. I just let all the teammates go forward first, and I take cover from behind them. Yes, it's probably, you would say, a jerk move, but sometimes it's much better than cheating, which I don't do cheating in multiplayer. Why does nobody even complain about this? Why this person is now complaining about it? Whoever wrote this article really won't survive any lobbies. Let's try dragging this person who wrote this article to either Fortnite lobby or a Call of Duty lobby. Let's see how he feels it, or they.
I don't think anyone really has a good solution to that just yet, because we're so dedicated to making sure that we're creating a safe space where we don't have players just flaming each other or doing terrible things to one another. I think we're not ready to invest in prox chat until we have a solution. There's never going to be a solution, in their opinion, because the solution would be making gamers less toxic. This is complete and utter BS. It is a game made for adults where adults should be able to talk to each other. And yes, part of that is trash talking each other. And that is not a bad thing, at least in my opinion. Now, I always hear the argument that, oh, women are treated poorly on voice chat. That's never really been the case for me. Sure, back in the 360 days, I was called a squeaker because there would be people who thought that I was actually a boy.
Okay, I think that'll be it. I'll leave her full video in the description. Also, didn't anybody read the ratings on that cover? And look, many female creators that I've subscribed to, they don't seem to have a problem. Noisy Butters, I watch her most of her videos. She doesn't get bothered when it comes to toxicity like this. She seems to be having fun. Vera Dark, based on the way she talks, I think she's having fun when she reviews games such as Concord, Dustborn, AI Limit, First Berserker, Kazan. The solution for this is just make good games and ignore the toxicity of that chat, not make a whole ass article. Are you even this sensitive? If you're this sensitive, why are you a gamer? That's the real question. I will have to say, which including their director's comment, I believe they say, if Marathon doesn't have PvE, then this game's not for you, which I'm certain some of you who loves PvE, well, you can try out Marvel Rivals, or perhaps even The First Descendant. Perhaps it can give you much better experience than Marathon. I have to say, if the developers or the team behind Marathon begin their attack on players, yeah, that's gonna get increased. For now, it is now 200% cooked.
Do Spider Zero.
Moonlight left it on.
Get you there to do it.
Another epic victory! Big win!
Leave a like and subscribe if you want woke or anti-woke detected, or you just want to see me play games, or perhaps you like trending topics. Visit my second, third, and fourth channel up here, or link in the description.